Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am attempting SBI Clerk Mains full length mock test number 5 in practice mock app. If anyone attempted this 5th mock test, so please share your sectional scores, not overall score. So let's get started. General awareness section. Kuno National Park. The Indian Cabinet led Prime Minister approved Prithvi Vigyan. The Reserve Bank of India proposed new draft guidelines. So I think business loan account. In banking, what is BLA? I think it is budget loan account or bond ledger account. 54th World Economic Forum annual meeting. I think Switzerland. This is Pradhana Mantri Anushit Jati Abhyuday Yojana. The World Association. What is the minimum amount of gold that can be deposited under the gold monetization scheme? Which of the following has launched India's first growth liquid ETF exchange trade fund? The Reserve Bank of India has raised the minimum capital requirement for small finance banks. United Copies Associated. The Defense Research. Reserve Bank Integrated Ombudsman Scheme 2021 provides for cost-free redress of customer complaints involving deficiency in services rendered by entities regulated by RBI. If not resolved to the satisfaction of the customers or not replied to within the period of 30 days. In which year Union Territory of Lakshadweep, who has become the first woman to hold Thanks, Savitri Chindal. Government of India. Government of India has launched as per the report of crypto trading platform. ATS. Desert cyclone. Desert cyclone means India and Kuwait, or next. National Consumer Rights Day, 25th September, I think. Union Minister of Textiles. Pathmitra app for farmers. This application is followed by which of the following organizations? United Nations designated pulses. TOS was participate here EDS platforms. Which airport in India has been awarded the World Special Prize for an Interior 2023 by UNESCO Prix Versailles? Recently, December Indecent Solitaire Program. Who is honored with Visionary Leader icon? Non-bank ATM operators are authorized under which lending institution has recently signed 200 million euro KfW? The world's deepest and largest underground laboratory on Earth. I think China. India's first bullet train terminal. Ahmedabad, Gujarat. Bhujan Lal, Chief Minister of Rajasthan. I think 14th Chief Minister of Rajasthan. In December 2023, Indian Navy has Prasthan. Who was first woman medical officer Indian Army deployed sanction? Is chairman of World Radio Communication Conference. Identify the state of India to which of the following given products belong. I think Uttarakhand. What is the primary function of propulsion module of Chandrayaan 3? '24th edition of Hornbill Nagaland has released the Do Falcon Key. In India, which city served as a location for the India Mushroom Summit? Bhubaneswar. Deenadayal Antyodaya Yojana. What is the name of the world's AI human? What is the name of the What is the name of the world's first AI human-like robot CEO? I think it is Micah or Eva. Micah. Glassman. Spinor Israel. Bangladesh is Russia. So, information and broadcasting. Which organization has launched a framework for building climate resilient and low carbon United Nations Environment Program? Operations Asia use. I think option D. Okay, next section, that is English. So 15th question, oh my god, is from 17th question deep. In the question below, a word is given followed by a sentence with 3 numbered blanks. From the options, choose the blank in which the given word will fit to make the sentence grammatical and contextually correct. So, little noun. In the question below, a word is given followed by a sentence with 3 numbered blanks. So, little noun, a deep series of history of reached deep into so because of Newton's injustice, the immense French Enlightenment, because of Newton's prestige, especially after his work was taken up by immense French Enlightenment, taken up by the French. The 1 or 2. Next, both Kepler and Galileo made careful observation and performed. So 1. There are decisive grounds for holding that 1. So little noun, either 2 or 3. Next, 21st, that is choose the odd and out. Climate change poses a major challenge to food production. Type of urban hydroponics. Next, if dash a GitHub user, if you are a GitHub user but you don't pay, this is a good week. Historically, GitHub always offered free accounts, but the caveat was that your code has to be public. To get private repositories, I had to pay. Starting tomorrow, that limitation is gone. Free GitHub users now get unlimited private projects with up to 3 collaborators. The amount of collaborators is really the only limitation here, and there is no change as to some developers were rather nervous. Instead, the company is mostly interested in getting launched. Next. Reverse. Kathy did not reply, gaping at a woman in her 60s with enough diamonds to reverse old hunger. Once you receive my mail, kindly reverse. 2 and 3. So, old hunger. Said the conversation of upset and see. She closed the doctor slowly. She did not upset this. As not to upset the stomach. As it is known as a ghost. Smoke. Most old pictures and records went up in. The music played louder, the smoke became thicker. 1 and 3. John's performance in the knockout match raised the hopes of his supporters. Next, one nation, one poll is a blatant attempt to consolidate power by limiting to a single moment the opportunities for citizens to judge, evaluate, and vote for the essence of freedom that an election promises. One nation, one poll is a blatant attempt to consolidate power by limiting to a single moment the opportunities for citizens to judge, evaluate, and vote for the essence of freedom that an election promises. The opportunities for citizens to judge, option C. The main problem with the NBFCs is that they are facing asset liability mismatch in which they have taken. The government of India has decided to issue for 20 rupees coin on the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti to mark the 150th birth anniversary of issue the 20 rupees coin. Next one. Sumatran tigers, the smallest subspecies, can grow to 265 pounds. Siberian tigers can weigh up to 3 times as much. It is legal to own a pet prairie dog throughout much of the Western world. It is arguably impractical and unfair to the animals. Sydney is an attractive business hub in the Pacific region. Immigration here is increasing and its 4.5 million population is diversifying. Sydney is an attractive business hub in the Pacific region. Sydney is an attractive business hub in the Pacific region. forest. We have heard for years that planting trees can help save the world from global warming. That mantra was mostly a statement of faith. However, now the data finally exists to show that if the right species of trees are planted in the right soil types across the planet, the emerging forest could capture 205 gigatons of carbon dioxide in the next 40 to 100 years. That's two-thirds of all the carbon dioxide humans have generated since the Industrial Revolution. Forest restoration is by far our most powerful planetary solution today, says Tom Crowther, a professor of global ecosystem ecology at the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich and an author of a study published Thursday in Science that generated the eye-opening number. So professional published Thursday in Science generated the eye-opening number. So the study team analyzed almost 80,000 satellite photo measurements of free cover worldwide and combined them with enormous global database about soil and climate conditions, evaluating 1 hectare at a time. The exercise generated a detailed map of how many trees the earth could naturally support, where forests grow now, and where they could grow outside of areas such as deserts and savannas that support very few or no trees. The team then subtracted existing forests and also urban areas and land used for agriculture. So there would be carbon that no longer remains. The team also created planning to not studied ocean fertilization. Which of these sentences correctly sum up the content? Study reforestation because the readily looking wastage of species loss. Tremendous benefit of carbon sequestration. Higher temperature increases trees respiration. Winter study. So here the study analyzed the combined with enormous global database of soil and conditions. Trees. But the researchers say no longer an atmosphere. Next, according to the intent to create carbon sink efficient expensive method carbon sequestration for me too, because there was no local involvement, she says. We not want forest if they need to generate income from the land. Next one. Carbon sequestration afforestation. Such as ocean fertilization, expensive growing trees, they restore biodiversity, usually because so many plant and animal species disappearing. This loss and tremendous benefits beyond the carbon sequestration. Next, what do you think significance of first two lines of passage? We have heard for years that planting trees can help save the world from global warming. To prove that the comments say so it's difficult to improvement cautions that replacing may not be simple it sounds. More water, threaten agriculture, human activities such as agriculture, profitably land instead, and local may not want forest. They need to generate income from could be Mr. Profitably is next. So there are Marxists and some who, while seeing themselves as post-Marxists or ex-Marxists, to recognize that going beyond capitalism is a necessary but not sufficient condition for achieving wider and deeper emancipation. But no basic perspectives diverge. A Marxist will still talk the language of socialist revolution as both process and event, the latter as a decisive turning point in the pursuit of wider emancipation. Much more inclined to designate the final goal as democracy that is set to subsume the socialist project itself, in contrast to the They would insist that there must be no privileging of the working class as a main harbinger of liberation. So next, I was doing some reading recently. And came across an interesting idea that sparked some thoughts about how AI system could possibly be built to be self-regulating. The book that contained the passage is Daniel Dennett's From Bacteria to Birch and Back. In discussing the evolution of mind, the author talks about the difference between the biological system and artificial system like robots and AI systems. He briefly speculates that one reason why people have an institution that artificial systems may get too powerful and thus turn malevolent is because they are not being made to care about what they are doing. This is because they generally are given whatever resources they need to do their work and have not been designed to worry or manage how they spend. In other words, we keep feeding the beast to no upper limit. So, what are the significance in terms of like care and worry? This is because generally in the given whatever answers you need, worry or manage how they resources in meaningful sense. And other human operated missions. Biological systems and so what message does author try to convey in third paragraph? Humans tend to self-regulate because we know we have limited resources and we know we all have to sleep at some point, taking forced breaks from whatever benevolent or malevolent work we are doing. Physiologically too, our minds need a break. We take vacations, parental leave, and time to manage grief or illness because mentally we need to take a break from our work and give our minds time to focus on other things. And while we can network at some point, we are limited by our own hardware that requires travel, moving our physical selves from locations to locations to get work done. All of these factors force us to choose how much we consume and what we spend energy on, and that, in a very real sense, limits at least our individual power. What message does the author try to convey? Think option A. Next word. Which of the lines between? So, hardware coming online and tech companies are investing billions in developing these systems. Next. Next. There are Marxists and some who, while seeing themselves as post-Marxist Marxists, to recognize that going beyond capitalism is a necessary but not sufficient condition for achieving wider and deeper emancipation. But no basic perspectives diverge. Marxists will still talk the long ways of socialist revolution as both process and event, the latter as a decisive turning point in the pursuit of wider emancipation. Most of the post or ex-Marxists who nevertheless continue to politically position themselves on the radical left will be much more inclined to designate the final goal as democracy that is set to subsume the socialist project itself, in contrast to those inspired by Stalin's Marxist. Marxist. Culture of ideology. Marxists will still talk the language of socialist revolution as both process and event. The latter decisive turning point pursuit of wider emancipation. Next, why do post-Marxists intend to do capitalism merely? White must White must also be given other sources power with these domains of politics, technology. Capacity of exercises. Sources of power, materializes. One vector among other such vectors. So first focus on capitalism. Supposed economic structure and capitalism. Contemporary human societies. Undue emphasis on economic structure. What a point to Marxist and personally agreed on. Deeper emancipation. emancipation. Why does the author say allowing not the same for enabling? Desirable while for the cosmos. Next, climate change poses a major challenge to food production. That's why you need to pursue a hobby that challenges you, fuels creativity, enriches your life, and in turn helps you become a better entrepreneur. In 1966, Paul Kokan-Onye Field Medal, the most prestigious prize in mathematics for solving two long-standing open problems in set theory. So for 3, we need to reduce growing economic gaps and especially the physical segregation of social classes, because and Kulgans and his role in power generation for decades. Next, I submit this section also.